Hi guys. I want to share how to pick today's FanDuel fantasy NBA fantasy, and this is a difficult one because this is just a one game slate, and the pricing are pretty expensive. As you can see, LeBron James 16,000 and Anthony Davis yeah, around that price. And these are the top four guys that I predict will have almost will have over 50 fantasy points. But uh, or any of them can score more than 50 fantasy points, and any of these four can be placed in the MVP. So, which one do you think will be the MVP of this game? So here's my opinion. If you are going to pick LeBron James as the MVP, so let's see, then you will only have uh, 40 uh, average 10, 11,000. So probably you will pick this one of those three, right? So let's see if I pick James Harden. Now, you the average lowers to 9,000. Okay, so if you want to pick a pro, I think you should pick someone around that price. But let's say you are going to pick Russell Westbrook. Now it goes to 8,000, and then let's say PJ Tucker and Cowell Pope. Now this is a pretty good lineup, but can you win any money from this lineup? I think if you are very lucky, then you will win some money. So let's see if on what condition can you win money using this lineup, right? You have to have LeBron James scoring over 50 fantasy points, and he must outperform James Harden or Russell Westbrook. Now, is it realistic? I think so, especially if LeBron James has 60 something fantasy point games, like on game 3, he had 65 fantasy points. And what's the score of James Harden on game 3? 55. Russell Westbrook 54. So you have 65 as the MVP. Pro, you have 55, and pro. Sorry, that I forgot what a star. You have 65, 55, 53. That is a pretty good combination because you have the MVP having higher points than the star, and star having higher points than the pro. So this is a very good lineup. This is a very good combination. And you have PJ Tucker, which probably will score more than 30. I remember that he scored more than, you see, you have 40 from this player. And you have Cowell Pope, which is pretty good. Not so bad, not so good, but will give you like 15 points per game. So I would settle with this lineup. So let's submit it. All right, that's good. And I have another lineup as well, other lineups as well. So I have Anthony Davis, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. So now I don't have LeBron James, and I have Anthony Davis. So let's see why I do that. why I choose Anthony Davis instead of LeBron James. The reason I do so is that it's $500 cheaper. That's the only reason. By doing that, I can pick Jeff Green, and I predict that Jeff Green is going to have a good game. Now, let's see if he had any good games so far, right? So 2020, something like that. But I predict that he will have a good night today. He will score over 30 something, like even 40. So that would be if he had 40, then I would probably win with this lineup. But as you can see from my my lineups so far, I have James Harden and Russell Westbrook together. Some people say that is a bad choice because if James Harden scores 60, then Russell Westbrook will probably score 30. And if Russell Westbrook score have 50 fantasy points, then James Harden will have lower points. But that situation only applies if Houston Rocket doesn't have a good game. But so I predict that tonight Houston Rockets will have a pretty good game, and probably a blowout game. Even if Rockets blow out Lakers in 3 quarters, this lineup would be pretty good. And but you may ask why I didn't pick James Harden, why I pick Anthony Davis as the MVP. So the reason I do that is, as you can see, Houston Rockets won game 1. So even if Houston Rockets won, Anthony Davis had around 60 fantasy points. But in the game that Houston Rockets won, James Harden only had 50. So if you pick James Harden as the MVP, then you will lose, even if Houston Rockets won that game. So I won't pick James Harden as MVP, even if I predict that Houston Rockets will blow out Lakers tonight. But if in case that Houston Rockets blow out Lakers tonight, Anthony Davis will be the MVP, and probably rather than LeBron James. So if you look at LeBron James in game 1, he only had 40 points. So if you predict Houston Rockets will win tonight, then you will not pick LeBron James in this lineup. Okay. Now, Russell Westbrook. Okay, 40. That is pretty decent as a star player. And I picked Jeff Green, and that leaves me only 7,000. So if you look at the choice of 7,000, the only 2 good choices are okay. So there are 3 good choices for 7,000. JaVale McGee is not a good choice. Kyle Pope, KCP is a good choice. Not good choice. Not good choice. This is a good choice. This is a good choice. Also, he will give you around 15 around. Okay, but he had only 0 points there. But you can see Bang McCrum, but Lamar, he is a bad choice. He's a bad choice, right? But I still pick him as a player. The only reason because I pick him as a player is because the other guy, this guy is banned from the NBA because he brought some girls into his hotel room and is banned from the NBA. And in a game that he is absent, Ben Lamar has some good playing time. And so I predict that he will even get more playing time tonight because they are trying. Houston Rockets is trying to win game game 5 tonight anyway. So he will use some new player, some new lineup, probably, because they have nothing to lose anyway. So let's see if he has any potential to score over 40 fantasy points, right? He did not have over 40, but he had one game over 30, and that game is versus Lakers. So that tells me if he also has this kind of performance against Lakers tonight, then probably around 30 points, then that will give me pretty good money. So Jeff Green, Ben McEnroe, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Anthony Davis, good lineup, good one. Okay, so I share with you 2 lineups. Now, they are pretty much the same. I just switch around the orders. Sometimes I have James Harden's MVP and LeBron James, but in all of these 3 lineups, right? And also the other lineup I just input LeBron, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. In all of these 4 lineups, I have a consistent philosophy. I have James Harden, Russell Westbrook together, James Harden, Russell Westbrook together, James Harden, Russell Westbrook together, James Harden, Russell Westbrook together. And the other guy is either LeBron or Anthony Davis. So that is, you have to stick with a particular philosophy in your FanDuel, because if you change too much, then you will have a net loss. The reason is FanDuel will have, it's not 50-50 gambling. So don't change too much in your lineup. Otherwise, even if you win some of your lineups, you will lose a lot more. So so I predict that will, because I predict tonight his market will blow out the Lakers. So James Harden and Russell Westbrook will have a pretty good game. I predict that will it be true? Let's see. I predict this market will fight to their utmost. They will release all of their energies and all of their secret weapons, and will shoot as much as many as they can. And Russell Westbrook will have a very energetic night, and James Harden will score a lot. And even if Ben McEnroe and Jeff Green, they will contribute as much as they can. So that this are my 4 lineups so far. I actually will also put more money into it tonight, later in the afternoon. But I am going to share with you these 4 lineups. You may use it. If you win some money by using it, please consider donating some money to me, because I'm now quite short of money. But I mean, I mostly play around $5 per day, and but anyway, that's it. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.